It is good, yeah.
Thank you, Peter. Paul. Peter.
Mary.
And Mary, yeah.
And Mary.
Blowing in the wind.
No, that was the curry last night.
Oh.
Tony.
Start again, Lol.
No.
Back to the
We're
Formula
on to
1.
cricket now. Hey, what's that, Ian?
Back to the Formula 1, mate. We didn't
Yeah.
cover it.
No, we're on to
You
cricket.
serious?
Cricket.
No, we got to go back to Formula 1.
We're on
It's
to
not recorded.
cricket now. Oh, I might go back to
Athletics.
Well,
Yeah.
Cricket. Get a move on.
yeah, get a move on.
What about women's darts?
What about women?
Oh dear. Oh dear. Arm wrestling.
No, it's not that kind. It's not that kind of meeting, Lol.
No, it's just
Come on, Lol, get on with it.
well, you're taking over, you lot.
Formula 1.
Now, the
Go.
Indian Premier League has been suspended after an increase in coronavirus cases among players. In a statement, the IPL said it had unanimously decided to postpone the season after an emergency meeting. All 11 England players who participated in the IPL have since returned to the UK and have gone into quarantine for 10 days in government-approved hotels.
Yeah, okay.
Now, Chris has already mentioned this, but after going nearly 3 years without a championship victory, Notts have now won 2 on the trot. Nottinghamshire moved top of Group 1 with victory by an innings and 30 runs at Trent Bridge over Essex.
John would
After
like to be on the
Saturday's
trot.
washout, Essex resumed on 129 for 3, 95 runs behind, hoping to at least make Nottinghamshire bat again to win. But there was little resistance from their batsmen, and they were all out for 194 in just 2 hours. Now we nip on to tennis. Now, Andy Murray practiced with Novak Djokovic in Rome last Sunday and hopes to return to action next week. The former world #1 has not played since early March, having withdrawn from the Miami Open with a groin injury.
The
A series of
Miami.
scans have not revealed any serious problems. The 33-year-old sounds increasingly confident he will be fit for the French Open, which begins in Paris on the 30th of May. You're saying something, Ian? Keith, sorry.
No.
I think we should get Mick Bulgarian to do this new.
I think we should as well.
I think we have.
I'm mutating. As long as I don't turn into Keith.
No.
Oh, that's not nice.
He's
You're not far off, actually, looking at both of you. Yeah. The twins of evil.
Now we nip on to cycling. Now, Chris Froome says critics calling for him to retire make me laugh as he battles to regain form for next month's Tour de France. The 4-time Tour winner responded to comments on social media about recent performances as he recovers from injuries suffered in a crash in 2019. 35-year-old Froome said, "Over the last couple of races, people have said to me, hang up your bike, you're done, you're finished. It just makes me laugh. Those people don't know how bad my injuries were." Now we nip on to horse racing. Now, horse racing has started a 2-month pilot of using saliva tests to screen jockeys for cocaine and other banned substances. Jockeys were tested at race meetings at Lingfield and Kempton Park last week, with all samples taken coming back negative. The Professional Jockeys Association said the development of a method that can detect cocaine in a jockey system about almost instantly is tremendously important, as any jockey with a positive test can be stood down from racing immediately.
Yeah, Lol.
Yep.
Surely it's the horses that should be tested.
I'll come into that next. I know what you mean. The Kentucky Derby winner, Medina Spirit, who provided trainer Bob Buffett with a record 7th win in the race, has failed a drugs test. Buffett said he was shocked after the horse tested above the limited betamethasone and insisted he had never administered the substance. I got the biggest gut punch in racing for some time. I didn't do it. Medina Spirit, ridden by Johnny Velasquez, won America's most famous race at Churchill Downs on the 1st of May. So that
He's
the
had
horse
four-
was spiked.
oh, sorry.
What's that?
No, he's had 4 horses fail drugs test in the last 12 months, though, that trainer.
Oh, Buffett, yeah.
And he don't know it's happening. No.
Yeah.
No, no idea.
Can I just point out that like Ian's disappeared? It's clearly he's watching telly while he's on with us as well.
What's he watching?
Oh,
So we're up on to boxing. Nasol Canelo Alvarez produced a devastating uppercut to leave a distraught Billy Joe Saunders unable to rise from his stool after 8 rounds of their world title unification bout. Just as Saunders looked to be gaining a footing in the fight, the Mexican found a punch which caused an instant swelling over the British fighter's right eye. Saunders' trainer called a halt to the bout with his fighter unable to see. I think I broke his cheek, said Alvarez. The truth is, I know it. Now, after the fight, which took place on Saturday at the AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas, Saunders had to have surgery on multiple fractures around his eye socket. This took place on Sunday, the day after the fight. So we got some hits.
on that, lol.
Yep.
There was a program on the TV about Canelo last week, saying he's possibly the greatest fighter that there's ever been. And it was the story of how they developed him, and I think he's won the title at 3 different weights already, including light heavyweight, which is something phenomenal for somebody of his stature. So we'll hear more about him in the future, I think.
Yep. All right, carry on.
Yep.
Now, a little bit on golf. Now, Northern Ireland's Rory McIlroy ended his winless run by clinching the Wells Fargo Championship at Quail Hollow for a 3rd time, just 6 weeks after starting work with coach Pete Cowan. World number 15 McIlroy, who hasn't won a tournament for 18 months, nearly withdrew from this competition due to a neck injury he received last Wednesday. But with treatment, he was fit enough to play the following day when the tournament started.
That were a good TV series, weren't it? Wells Fargo.
Yeah.
Dale
Dale
Robertson. Dale Robertson.
Dale Robertson, yeah. Wow.
Right, nip on to football.
Oh,
Where do I start with this?
Oh, Lord.
You have to.
Robert? Right. Manchester City, they reached their first Champions League final as they steal a commanding 4-1 aggregate semi-final win over PSG. After winning the first leg 2-1 away, 2 Riyad Mahrez goals gave City a 2-0 win at the Etihad in the second leg to take them to the final. Their opponents in the final will be Chelsea, who after drawing 1-1 in the away leg, they beat Real Madrid 2-0 at Stamford Bridge in the second leg with goals from Timo Werner and Mason Mount. This is the 3rd time that Chelsea have reached the Champions League final. On all 3 occasions they have done so, they have sacked their manager mid-season. Now the final was to be played at the Ataturk Olympic Stadium in Istanbul on the 29th of May, but have decided to move it. UEFA have decided to move it after Turkey was put on England's red travel list, meaning fans can't travel here. Now, Portugal is a strong candidate to host the final after UEFA did not gain guarantees of exemptions it wants to have to move the game to Wembley. Portugal is on the green list, meaning fans can travel to attend, A decision is expected sometime today to confirm the venue.
Under
Manchester-
circumstances, surely it should be Wembley.
I know you think so logical, isn't it?
Minimise all non-essential travel.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, it's just UEFA wants all these hangers on from
That's right.
Yeah, it is.
to,
Yeah.
to be able to attend.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
ridiculous.
Now, Manchester United, they reached their second Europa League Cup final with an 8-5 aggregate win over Roma in the semi-final. They lost 3-2 away in the second leg after beating Roma emphatically 6-2 at Old Trafford in the first leg. Unfortunately, Arsenal couldn't make it an all-British final as they could only draw 0-0 at home in the second leg after losing the first leg 2-1 away to Villarreal. The final is to be played in Gdansk, Poland on the 26th of May. In their first Europa League Cup final 4 years ago, does anybody know who United beat and what score it was?
No.
Did
No.
Mark
Maybe
Hughes get the
Ajax.
winner? No.
Mike?
No.
Beat Ajax
No.
2-0.
Just on before you move on from the Manchester City broke a record when they got to the final. Does anybody know what that record was?
Singing
Most-
the Blues by Tommy Steele.
Most money spent by any team in order to get there.
Probably that. Yeah, no, it's a sporting record.
I think
Go
we
on,
can
Keith.
safely say no.
And it was previously held by Dirty Leeds.
Go
Amongst
on.
others.
Most fouls.
Was it
Uh,
to do with goal assists?
They blocked the goalkeeper on the goal line the most in any one match.
No, it was their 7th consecutive victory in the Champions League or European Cup. The previous record was 6, and Leeds were one of the teams that held.
Excuse me.
Sorry, Dirty Leeds
Thank you.
were one of the teams that held that record. But it's now held by Man City.
Good start.
Right, carry on.
Yeah.
Keeping on with football, Jose Mourinho has been appointed Roma manager from the start of next season. The 58-year-old will replace fellow Portuguese Paulo Fonseca, who Roma announced last Tuesday would leave at the end of his current contract. Mourinho, sacked by Tottenham in April, has signed a 3-year deal with the 3-time Serie A champions.
He must be a
The
billionaire.
incredible
boy.
passion of the Roma fans convinced me to accept the job. I
Oh,
cannot
yeah.
wait to start next season.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
When he went like that, yeah.
Oh, Lordy Lord.
Oh dear God.
Oh, dear God.
What are the chances of him going 3 years then in the job? Then?
Mother of God.
No,
Oh, dear.
no chance. No chance.
No chance.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I went to see Roma play Avellino once in Italy, and it was the day when Pruzzo, the former Italian Italy striker, what do you think he did that was unique that day?
Scored at each end.
No, it's
Go on.
unique in Italian football, I think, since the war. He scored 5 goals.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was 5-1, I think, and he scored 5.
Wow.
Going a bit.
So he gets the ball, the goal post, the corner.
The corner flag.
Ball on 2/3 of the goalpost, yes.
And the manager's daughter.
Well, on a similar theme, who holds the record for the most goals in a single game in modern time?
What's modern time?
Well,
Post Romans.
AD.
no,
It's
we'll
Joe
say
Payne.
in
Joe
international.
Joe Payne
Joe
scored 10
10.
goals.
in
Ten McGoon.
yeah, It's not 10-goal Joe Payne. It's in international football, and that could include under 21s as well.
What?
So it almost certainly does then.
Yeah. Is it a United player?
No, it's not. It's somebody quite famous at the moment.
So it's definitely not a United player.
Somebody quite
Lineker?
famous. And
No,
Messi?
famous
Andy-
at the moment.
Andy Cole.
Messi?
And in demand.
In demand.
It's not Ollie McBurney then.
Pepe.
Ian Wright.
Kane. Yeah.
Keith Edwards.
Harry Kane.
No,
Haaland.
that's right.
Is it Haaland, the
Ah,
Norwegian who plays in Germany?
Scored 9 goals.
Yeah, he did. Good answer.
Yeah. Very good. Well done. Well done, Ron.
For Norway.
For Norway under 21s, I think it was.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it was
They were playing the Lofoten Islands.
full team. They were playing somebody like Jamaica, I think.
Played their bobsled team.
Yeah.
John Candy's coach.
Right. We're less than a minute to go, so let's wrap this up and we'll finish Lowell's news of the week afterwards.
okay.
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 All right, in for next session.
Right.